Yo, 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 we back. Real Recognize Real, the hottest podcast in North Carolina, down south, East Coast, all over this motherfucker. If you really ask me right now, we on our pivot. You feel me? We ain't really stopping right now. You know, the consistency level is on high. So we coming at you with the realest every week, every segment. So tonight I decided to grab my partner, my dog, man, since high school, you know what I'm saying? My ace.
Glory days.
My dog Remo. What's going on, famo?
What's happening, man?
How you doing, brother?
Man. We
Man.
back. Where it all started.
Oh, listen, man, it's always a pleasure to just have you around, brother. You feel me? Like, your energy is always on high, man. You know, when we sit and talk and have a 5-minute conversation, we on the phone 2 hours just building. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about life and the growth of life and where we at now and where we done came from. And
that's a fact. We could be on the phone for 5 minutes and it feel like a 2-hour conversation. At the same time with the information that we share.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I decided to bring you on, man. You know, you was around, man, in the city sliding through. So I say, man, let me call my dog and get him on in here, man, because it's definitely been a long time coming. If y'all don't know Remo, man, Remo is like one of the premier, the GOATs, man, the foundation of this shit, man, when it come to MCing, when it come to rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like in high school when we used to battle, man, we used to rap. Remo was like my real live competition. It was Zet, the females, then it was like Remo on the male side. You feel me? Yeah. Like Remo was coming, and you had to come hard.
Shout
you know
out
what I'm
Missy
saying?
Rec. Shout out Missy Rec for real.
Yeah. So that's how we really developed our friendship. You know what I'm saying? Because everywhere we battled at, man, it was a hard test for me. You know, I'm walking in the door confident, like I can win anything against anybody. But you know, you see Remo, you like fuck. You know what I'm saying? You like,
nah. Let's keep it a whole band though. I'm gonna keep it a band. I didn't start out as confident and as Hootie Mac. I mean, for me to even get on 102 jams and do some shit was like, all right, cool. And I ain't had no pen and no paper then. It's what we trained our minds to do. Mm-hmm. We weren't looking at no cell phones or nothing like that. It was just raw talent.
Right.
We ain't even have the cell phone we had didn't have a notepad. But then fast forward a few months after the 102 jams battles, it became a high school battle.
Right.
And Hootie Mac was representing Glenn High School and Code Red. From what I understand, all right, I'm not gonna go there, but
nah, go ahead. Where you going?
From what I understand, you were the founder of Code Red. I talked to you and Bray Boy first on the phone. I remember that back in the day. All right, so then fast forward to the radio. Then we went to what was the Ice House? Or was it called Tremors?
Ice House. It was Tremors.
All right, so we went to Tremors as a teenage nightclub, and I Papa Doctored up that motherfucker, man. I straight up froze up, man. The mic was on, my manager was over there, Ricardo was over there. What you gonna do? I'm Papa Doc, nigga. I didn't have no confidence, but then I had to grow into it. But, you know, gotta thank God for people like Hootie Mac. Sometimes they show you the way a little bit. Sometimes you gotta allow them to show you how it's done, because the showmanship has always been crazy, no matter where he's been.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's at high school, what do you call those, the pep rallies or some shit like that, or whether it was at Winston State before a football game or getting ready for a pep rally then, or wherever I saw him at performing, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He was always had the energy, and that was always something I looked up to him.
And that's one thing when I was young growing up, bro, it was always, you got to have the confidence, man. If you ain't walking in that room feeling like you the hottest motherfucker in the building, bro, it ain't no, and that's what I used to do. Well, like I said, in high school, the roll call, a talent show, the Ice House, Jokers 3, Winston State not homecoming, but fashion shows. I think it was Mosaic.
Oh, yeah, Mosaic, yeah. That's what.
And that's when B-Dot used to be hosting it, and I go holler at B-Dot like, "Yo, Dot, let me get on the mic." He said, "He like, I got you, man." I get on that mic, man, and kill that shit every single time, bro.
Yeah.
So it was just the confidence in me because I knew what kind of talent I had, and might not have looked like per se that I could rap the way I did. So when they heard me on the mic and heard my voice, it was like, damn, this nigga killing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So Remo, let me ask you, when did you start getting serious?
It's always been serious. Like I put my face out there to be judged. Music is subjective. So I always been serious. That night I Papa Doc'd it. But I always been serious. Like I've been serious about the content of what I choose to put out. I don't call women bitches in my raps. It's serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about tearing down neighborhood without building it back up.
Right.
It's serious.
Right.
And that's what I'm literally doing like right now in life. I'm building. I got my name on 13 buildings in Atlanta, Georgia right now. So I'm building blocks and neighborhoods and places that I never ever that I would have tore down. Back in '98.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now this years later, it's like we building them up. So it's always been serious to me. Life has been a very serious thing because my father always taught me to live life by design. So my dad said, you want to rap? Well, go places they rap. You want to sell drugs? You go places they sell drugs.
Right.
So I took a path. If anybody talk to you and they went to Reynolds High School, they're going to say every day at lunch, this nigga was rapping. He was battling somebody. Yeah. If we get out of school, he battling Hootie Mac on the radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, we skipped school to battle Juice and Missy Wreck. Yeah. They was with me every single day. I dropped out of school fucking with Bruce and Missy Wreck. You know what I'm saying? At one point. Just trying to be around them in those creative minds. So it's always been serious. When you gonna rap with Missy Wreck, and Missy Wreck probably rap better than damn near every nigga I know in Winston. 95%. Yeah, 95%. Like literally. So it's like that. So it's always been serious.
When I was growing up at NYSP, like Bruce was the one who I looked up to, cause Bruce will be in the old gym, man, and they rocking the beat on the bleachers, man, and Bruce got the whole damn gym on lock. Yeah. Killing that shit. I'm like, damn, yo, this dude really could rap. You know what I'm saying?
Missy Wreck could kill me for saying this if she was sitting here right now, and she'd probably slap her brother, but I always thought Bruce was like the dopest rapper in Winston-Salem. Along with T.Y. I got a lot of respect for T.Y. That's
T.Y. Shout out to T.Y.
Shout out to T.Y. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you the fly shit about it, man. See, me, you, and T.Y. we all deal with a lot of the same people at different times.
Right.
I've done music with all of the Locks, with all of the Wu-Tang Clan, and one thing about the Locks is T.Y. called me. He threw me an alley-oop. He said, yo, Styles finna get off the airplane. He was in Raleigh. He's like, go scoop him. I'm finna give him your number. Y'all finna link y'all. Yeah. When school Styles. I get in the call with Styles. The first person he mentioned is Hootie Mac.
Right.
And I was like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It was weird as fuck. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? The talent is here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
being here.
I feel like the names that we mentioning right now, I think all of us took it serious, but I think some of us were more successful than others, or people just stayed the course. Yeah. Is what I want to say.
I remember Styles came to Dallas, you know what I'm saying? So he came to Dallas and he called me. Shout out Styles P. Shout out The Lock. Shout out Yonkers. Kiss, Chic, what up?
Shout out Beloved. I know you'll see this.
So when Styles came in town, man, he was like, I want to go get something to eat. You know, Hootie, I don't eat no meat. So I was like, shit, you know me, we going to Papa Do's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
out the gate.
I took him to Papa Do's, man, and I was like, how's T.Y. doing? Because I ain't heard from T.Y. in a minute because I was in Dallas, you know, doing my thing. So I ain't talked to him or ran across him in a minute. He was like, man, T.Y. sick. He been sick. I'm like, word? So he called T.Y. on the phone. So he gave the phone. Actually, it was Styles P manager. Called T.Y. on the phone, and T.Y. answered the phone. I was like, yeah, what's up, nigga? He was like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? This Hootie. You know what I'm saying? So T.Y. was like, damn, like pretty much like you in there. You know what I'm saying? You getting calls from my peoples up in Yonkers all the way in Dallas. So I hollered at him for a minute, man. So definitely shout out to T.Y. because T.Y. really made it pretty much known for the New York labels and the Yonkers crew to kind of look at us down here in Winston. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had met Jada Kissner when I was like 16 when I rapped for them, but me having the connection and knowing T.Y. and T.Y. moving here, you know, it opened up some doors for us. So definitely shout out to T.Y. Shout out to D Block South, you know what I'm saying, and everything of that nature.
DBS, shout out DBS. TY was one of them ones. He one of them ones too that's putting back into the community right now.
Right.
Facebook Live, I see him doing a whole lot of stuff, feeding people. You know what I'm saying, in the hood. I respect shit like that. You do?
Yeah, shout out to they what's their organization called? I forgot their organization name, but shout out to, I don't want to say the wrong name though, but shout out to them. Shout out to TY, Papa, whoever else over there, Calvin.
Factoids.
You know what I'm saying? Iraq. Shout out to all of y'all over there doing y'all thing. So, all right, it's not a secret. Everybody know that you were signed to Ninth Wonder. And what was that record label?
It's called Jamla.
Okay. So everybody knows. So what I always wanted to know, like, how did that relationship happen? How did that start off? Like I said, by you rapping from the radio and all of that, how did it come to you was introduced to Ninth Wonder?
Man, I was I know his brother. His brother was my neighbor, Charlie Mack. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Charlie Mack. The best cookouts, man, ever.
Yeah, Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Right.
Goodness gracious.
Remember I came to the cookout with my daughter that year.
I knew he was going to bring that shit up, man. I knew he was going to bring that shit up.
I was mad as hell they wouldn't let me in, man.
Yeah.
I had just got back from Dallas. I just went to Fayetteville, picked my daughter up. I'm like, yeah, we finna stop by the cookout.
We was shooting a video that day at that cookout. I think they didn't want to look of a child in a video or something like that.
I was mad as hell, man. But okay, go ahead. So how did you know Charlie Mack? He was your neighbor?
No, I had worked with his wife.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Annette at the time and stuff, right? So and this guy named Terrence worked with her, and he had a studio.
Okay.
So in order to get studio time for Terrence, I formed a group with him and his cousin Aaron Little. Aaron, my dog, you know what I'm saying? Terrence passed away. I can't remember when he passed away, probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
But anyway, this CD is circulating at their job, and then they gave it to Annette, and then Annette gave it to Charlie Mack. And when Charlie Mack was like, "Who is that nigga?" at the end, because I was in the last song on the last verse on the last song. They listened to the shit the whole way through.
Okay.
Charlie Mack said, "Knife, you gotta hear this." Knife had just made the threat beat for the Black album for Jay-Z.
Okay.
The day before. And Knife heard it. He was like, "Yo, who is that nigga at the end?" And then he was like, "Yo, the nigga lived down the street." He was like, "Where?" He was like, "The house with all the pits." I had 9 pit bulls, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, okay.
On the corner of Sprague and whatever, it's on the south side.
Yeah.
Right behind Charlie Mack house. You can see it from the fence. So next thing you know, I came up the hill and met Knife, and he asked me to rap in the car. He played some beats. And me, myself, I'm thinking, man, ain't no Puff Daddies coming to Winston-Salem to sign motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no Suge Knights coming out here to sign us. So I'm thinking, like, you made a beat for Jay-Z, whatever, nigga. But I ain't think as serious as it turned out to be. Right. So go up there. But I always took rap serious. I'm finna rap this face off. And I got in the car and I rapped this nigga face off for like 3-4 verses. Then he was like, "Yo, I got a beat for you. I'm gonna give it to you right now." I guess he didn't think I was finna go record right then.
Okay.
But it was a studio around here called Dave Rowland Professional Sounds.
Yeah,
it was
shout out to Dave Rowland, one of the best studios in the city.
He's still out?
Yeah, Dave got he in a new building, man. It's like more nice.
And I ain't seen Dave since I was like 20.
Yeah, 19, Dave is out here.
All right, so on that day, Knife gave me the beat and rolled back to Raleigh. I rolled straight to Dave Rowland Professional Sounds, which was out here it was in High Point, and at that time it was out here.
Yeah, of University.
Yeah, so
Renault
Road. Yeah, so I went over to Rowland Professional Sounds and shit, and I recorded the joint. Like an hour, came back 2 hours. Charlie Mack was like, "Nigga, you back?" I'm like, "Yeah, here go the disc right here." And I said, "Let's mail it to Knife." And he was like, "Mail it." So I get on the phone, and Charlie Mack was like, "Yo, you got to hear this over the phone." But what Knife don't like is to hear music over the phone.
Okay.
So I said, "Well, I'm going to mail it to you." He kept saying, "Email." You know, that time in life, you know. What?
Right.
That was like 2002.
Yeah.
If you didn't go to college, you didn't know what the fuck email was. You know what I'm saying? So, or Facebook at that time. So he was like, email. He's like trying to tell us how to download an MP3 over the phone and shit. He got it. There's a song called More Than Gold. He was like, "Tell that nigga to get in the car and drive to Raleigh right now." And I got in the car and drove to Raleigh that minute.
Damn.
I met him down there. Yep.
That's what's up. So, that day when you went down there, how long was it? Y'all went in the studio that night?
I stayed in the studio for about a day or two that day, or 2 days. It was at a guy named Spectac's crib, man. The Spectac, he's a hellified freestyler. He probably watching it now. He will see it. But he's part of the beginning of the rally scene down there with Gag Food Front and all of them was down there, and the Fushnik and all that. So he was like, he was they ops, or they weren't really ops. They were working together, but they made it seem like, yo, we gonna battle for entertainment, because you didn't battle to kill people back then.
Right.
You battled for entertainment.
Right.
And then after we battled, we dap each other up.
Right.
You know, like we sitting here right now. So it was different then. So we had Spectac crib, and then on the second or third day, I'm recording a song with Big Pooh from Little Brother.
Okay.
Yeah. And he came in and we recorded a song called You Ain't Pimpin' or something like that. And
so you met both of the little brothers?
Yeah, at different times.
Oh, okay.
So well, at that time, 3 of the little brothers. So I had Pooh and Knife in the studio at the same time.
Okay.
Fonte was elsewhere at that time.
Okay.
But he's still part of Little Brother. Then I came back home. When I came back home, Knife sent me home with a shitload of beats. I needed a place to record.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew this dude named Al he went to Winston-Salem State. And he introduced me to this guy named Nove. And he was like, my man Nove, he got a studio at his crib. He go to school with me at Winston-Salem State. Play football. Timothy McGuire. So I was like, all right, let's want to go over his house. So I played the beat. And I didn't know who Knife Wonder was until that moment. He was like, yo, who did these beats? And he was like, I said, Knife Wonder did them. He was like, hold on, little brother Knife Wonder? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I gave that nigga Crisis cool edit. And I showed him how to work. What the fuck is this shit he payments for? Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
So Nove passed that on to Crisis, who passed it on to Knife.
Okay.
And then they perfected making the beats from there.
Yeah.
So then me and Nove recorded like 8 songs that night and sent them all to Knife. Nove knew what email was. He was in college.
Okay, right.
So Knife was like, yo, who the fuck is this on here rapping with you, Remo? And I was like, well, that's my boy Nove. We just met. He was like, are y'all a rap group? And I said, Nove, are we? And Nove was like, tell him yeah. So I was like, I said, yeah, we're a rap group. He said, what's your name? I said, the Allies. Friends, we just met.
Right.
But we made it an acronym. Allies stood for a lesson learned in every song.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn, that's what's up. I like that.
So after that right there, Knife invited us down to Raleigh. So now it's me and Nove driving to Raleigh now, right?
Yeah.
Man, I get out the car, the first motherfucker I see is Drew Ha. So if you don't know who Drew Ha is, Drew Ha was the manager and co-founder of Black Moon.
Oh, okay.
He's a little short white guy.
Okay.
Jewish guy, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's Jewish. But anyway, so I said, yo, I know Buckshot Shorty's not upstairs right now. I just knew I was like, this nigga, I know he's upstairs, but I'm like, he's not up there.
Right.
And it was at a studio called Missy Ann's out there that everybody used to go to. So it's like, yo, what's up, Drew Ha? I'm trying to act like I've been here before, not be starstruck, but I'm really a Black Moon fan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we go upstairs, beady eyes sitting right there. I'm like, fucking Buckshot right there, man. What the fuck, man? What's up, Buck? I turn around, Fonte's there. I was like, okay, now I gotta get my game. It's game time right now. It's real shit right here.
Yes, sir.
This is me walking into the door because I'm not gonna like spit a whack. I'm not finna pop a doc this moment.
Right.
Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So made friends with him, but my goal was to meet Sean Price from Helter Skelter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was able to meet him. I was able to make my idols my peers.
Right.
Dealing with Knife.
Right.
Yeah.
Now is that the dude you was hollering at on FaceTime a couple months ago?
That's Rock.
Okay.
His partner's Ruck.
Okay.
Ruck's dead. He died August 8th, I think 2016, 17, 18, or 19.
And what group they was with?
Helter Skelter.
Okay, that is Helter Skelter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Helter Skelter.
That's what I was making sure.
Yeah, we became best friends. You know what I'm saying? We became we became like, he was so dope to me in 1994, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, if I ever meet these guys, like, they're gonna be my dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So finally we met. He's sleeping on my couch. I talk to his wife all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, still to this day, his daughter, she just turned 15 2 days ago, you know what I'm saying? They're my peoples. So I was able to turn my idols into my peers. They became my friends and stuff. So that's a blessing.
You know, For the People is one of my favorite albums, man.
Oh yeah,
that For the People is that Night Rider, man. I just love just riding out, man. Listening to that Night Rider. That's still one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to the whole boot camp clique. You know what I'm saying? When they always ask who can do a versus against Wu-Tang, I always say boot camp clique, man. Yeah, put them up against Wu-Tang in a versus. See what you get.
Boot camp or Death Squad. Give me Redman, a healthy Keith Murray, a Eric Sermon, a K Solo. That's what I'm rocking with.
Yeah.
Against anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like Redman, shit.
Definitely a healthy Keith Murray.
Yeah, healthy Keith Murray. Yeah, he's got to be a healthy Keith Murray. Keith Murray, people don't know this, man, but Keith Murray, one of his major downfalls in the game is that he would swing him up anytime in studios and shit, and white folk don't think that that's good for business.
Right.
Even though now it's the opposite of that.
Right.
Yeah.
If you get a body, you get $1 million in a record deal for about 4 or 5 years.
Right.
But then your ass will get a RICO in the next 4 or 5 years when they want their money back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Shit kind of weird now. You know what I mean?
So let's talk. So we on that. Now that we on that subject, let's talk about these RICOs, man, and how pretty much these rappers pretty much snitching in their raps. You know what I'm saying? They really incriminating themselves in the raps, man.
I think because somebody show them a check. You know, snitching ain't cool. And especially not cool on yourself. I think somebody show you a check.
Exactly.
Man, when they walk you through that door and they tell you, hey, we're gonna give you $5, $6, $7 million for 4 albums over the next 3 years, maybe 5 years, which is cool.
Yeah.
If you know you can tour and make money like that, or if you want that. But when they tell you that, they say, man, whatever we bless you with, don't give nothing to your brother, your sister. And you bet not damn near buy your mama no house. You buy your mama a house, we're going to take all this shit from you. Matter of fact, we're going to hit you with a RICO. This is blessing. It's just for you. They walked you through the wrong door. You got to understand, like.
Why would they tell you that, though?
We don't have generational wealth.
Yeah, right.
They want to stop generational wealth at all costs.
Right.
Look at Puffy almost had it.
Yeah.
Puffy was there.
Yeah.
But then now his kids is getting hit too. Now they scrutinize. They nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You never see a second generation of millionaires or of black wealth in our communities. You know what I'm saying? That's sad. I mean, I guess you do now with some of the actors. I guess Denzel's son would be an example of some, but you can count them.
Yeah.
It's not cool. As many rich black people as we got, their children should be just as rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they don't let us carry that over to the next generation. Right. They don't let us open businesses and put it out. Even if you got something good to do with it. Look at T.I. and King.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a cool situation that you do have a relationship with him and it looks like generational wealth. What if T.I. died? What would his estate go to if he left it to King? How fast would King blow that? And I'm not trying to talk no shit.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's by design.
Right.
So if somebody show you some money, you'll do certain niggas can be bought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. You know what I mean? I don't feel like these dudes is doing it because it's cool. I thought about it today with Yella Beezy and Mo3. Now I think they was homeboys, dog. But at some point, the beef turned around, and I thought about this. This is really deep right here. Because it's just our generation was murder music with Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Right.
But now they actually make murder music.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They making music that they murdered the motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? They telling their story and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, did Run DMC beget Mobb Deep? That begot us? That begot them?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it something that we're passing down? This murder music or this tough thing? Or it's cool to be the bad guy?
Yeah. And the thing about the Yalla, the Bees and Mo3, they was cool with each other. Coming from Dallas, being down there in the D for 10 years myself, it's like the thing about that Dallas beef, when it's beef in Dallas, you won't hear about it till a couple years later because that's how them Texas niggas do. They keep their shit between them. They don't try to put it out there to the social media and all of that. They don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? Dallas got their own culture down there, per se. So
Texas.
It's like Texas. So it's like Mo 3 was real cool with the comedian dude named Roy Lee. Roy Lee, the dark skinned dude, face kind of look like a PT Cruz. Used to always be on social media though. If you look him up, you'll know who he is.
Excuse me.
But Roy Lee was pretty much saying that Yellow Beezy wasn't from Oak Cliff. Now down there in Dallas, saying that is damn near like a spit in the face. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that, you know what I'm saying, unless you got real proof. And Roy Lee was like, I got real proof. This nigga wasn't coming to free lunches with us. I ain't never seen him. He was claiming that Yellow Beezy was from another side of town called another city, a little town called Lancaster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Yellow Beezy took that serious and allegedly something
happened to
Roy Lee ended up getting shot. But in the process of Roy Lee getting shot, he caught blood clots. And then the surgery went left and he ended up passing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
That's why Mo 3 started being like, fuck Yellow Beezy because you killed my homeboy.
Yeah.
So that's when that started with Trap Boy Freddy and then all of that. So it's a real crazy situation, man. So now they saying that the dude who did it, you know, he in jail now, you know, giving up phone records and willing to testify against Yellow Beezy. And that's why they indicted him like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if commissary slowed down. Yellow Beezy started putting money on his books. You know, that was like 5 years ago. Niggas get tired of sitting in jail.
They
you know
shit
what
deep
I'm saying?
rooted. Yeah, there be some deep rooted shit going on. That man in Keenan County, right?
Nah. I think did he get his time? I think he got his time. Yeah. See when that's how they do you, man. They'll let you sit in the county that long time. Then you get all them years. They'll probably let you sit about 2.5, 3. Then come check on you. You know what you want to do? Them boys ain't putting their money on your books like they used to. So what you wanna? Yeah. That nigga like, man, shit, bro.
That nigga making biscuits.
You feel
he
me?
is rolling, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, that ain't even cool.
So that's all
biscuits.
because they know the type of money Yellow Beezy had and the type of control that he had. So that's all they wanted was somebody to flip. Now they got somebody to flip. Shit, man. It's a wrap. Just like the whole Nipsey thing, man. You know, with Big U. Yeah, that's a whole different story right there. That's
man,
a whole.
I really don't support like I got cousins out there that's in the life. But when Big U talking about some check in and you realize like I seen a video of this man actually making people check in. Like if that shit was some check in and Winston, man, that would be weird, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Very weird.
That's weird for you to say, hey, in order for you to cover this amount, like I live in Atlanta, man. Atlanta's so big. If you ever been to L.A. and you rode on the 10 or you been on 40 or something like that, it's always traffic. Right. And you see all of these people. But I got to check in with you. Like, that's weird.
So do they have a show? How do they know they're there? You see what I'm saying? Do they have a show that's being kind of spotlighted? Like, okay.
From the times I've been in L.A., man, and I seen people come in like, man, it be Crips at the airport.
Oh, damn.
It be gang members at the mall.
Yeah.
So I think the main mall down there might be called the Foxbury Mall down there, downtown LA. But either way, they'll see you in there, and they'll see you with your chains and shit on. They'll see you with your security.
Right.
And 9 out of 10, they security or the people who's like my security will be a gang member.
Right.
Big OG from LA. He done tapped in with Big U and say, oh yeah, you know Remo and Knife in here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, why they ain't tap in?
Yeah.
And then they gonna rob niggas. You know what I'm saying? But
I just read how they checked Meek Mills and he didn't check in, so they ran up on him like 30 deep and he started pulling off his jewelry and they called Rick Ross and say, we gonna put this out there if you don't bring us 50K. Say Ross pulled up with the 50K for him, and so the story never got out there just now, a couple days ago.
Yeah, loose
people now.
Yeah.
Debo people.
Yeah.
I fuck with Loose. Loose cool. Sweetie.
So Loose be ready to shoot a fade with anybody. Loose be ready. All right, so now, you're making the music with Knife now. I see you start wearing LRG.
Oh yeah, so there was a few artists on Jamily that got offered developmental deals.
Okay.
I wasn't one to sign paperwork with people and stuff like that. Like I work more so off relationships.
Okay.
So Knife, we had a guy named Woody White. He's dope. He was cool with the owner of LRG.
Okay.
And the first video shoot that we had here, he sent me a box. And I always liked Knife clothes. I was like, man, that LRG fly as hell. That nigga sent me a box, nigga, like, of my own box, and everything fit. Because Knife would pass this shit down to me.
Yeah.
And he's taller than me. He has longer arms. He's 6 feet. I'm 5'6". You know what I'm saying? So I'm wearing big jackets and shit, you know what I'm saying? But thank you for giving it to me. But now they got my fit jackets. You know what I'm saying? So we developed that deal and stuff like that. And then they offered me an opportunity to do a mixtape with them. It's called Robin Hood. Okay. So we did the mixtape Robin Hood. We did the CIAA together. We went everywhere together with LRG. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I was wearing a lot of LRG at that time.
Right.
Stuff that would come out seasonally. So we had LRG artists too. I was an LRG artist. Raekwon was an LRG artist. Bun B was an LRG artist. And so a few West Coast artists was LRG artists as well. And we all, Mac Miller was an LRG artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And we all got to, mix together in the same rooms, try on clothes, smoking together, doing whatever together, rapping together. Some of us got songs together. I got songs with Bun B on 2 of my albums. I got songs with Styles was one at one point. Raekwon was one at one point. I got songs with both of them. Mm-hmm. So I met them through the LRG Connect too. But I met Styles through TY, but we made music collectively through the LRG segment part of my life, dealing with them on my career.
So how long was you signed to Knife?
I was the first artist to sign with Knife, and that was probably like in 2013. And I signed with him for 5 years. Oh, okay. I left in 2018.
Rhapsody wasn't there yet, was she?
Not when I first got there.
Oh, okay. But she did come on when you was there?
Yeah. Yo, so really, that's hard to tell because Rhapsody was the glue to an album called Dream Merchant Volume 2. Okay. So while we were making songs for the project, she would freestyle in between. So if you ever heard the album, Rhapsody is the one that's linking the songs together. She's rapping and linking them. Okay. So, but as far as an artist that he was dealing with that was signed, I was the first and only artist for a few years. Right. And then Skyzoo came along and Knife signed Skyzoo. And then he called me one day. It was some stupid shit going on out here in Winston. I don't want to speak on that too much. But he called me on the phone. And I had made a song called Wonder Bread. Oh, okay. And the nigga, he was like, "Man, David Banner." I made 2 songs for the album. Yeah. It was called Wonder Bread, and one was called Strange. And Knife called me on the phone. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a band with you, dog. So me and my baby mom was staying together. And we had filled out application for an EBT card. Okay. And we didn't get the EBT card for like months and months. So I told my kid, I said, man, that mailman come up on this porch without the EBT card today, I'm going to whoop his ass. So the phone rang, and the mailman walked up. Malik was like, thank God that my dad, the phone rang. He ain't go out on the porch and fight the mailman for an EBT card like it's his fault. So it was Knife. Knife talking about some, man, David Banner, he at the studio right now. He want to buy your record. I was like, what record? He was like, Strange. I was like, yeah, right, nigga. Click, hung up the phone on him. Yeah. He calls back. And he want to put a verse on Wonder Bread. I'm like, oh, now you bullshitting for real, nigga. All right, I'll holler at you. Click, hung the phone up. Next thing you know, a 616 number called my cell phone. And he was like, yo, man, don't hang up, man. It's Banner. And I was like, what? You fucking serious? And he was like, yeah, I really want to buy that. And then they played the song in the background, like on the joint. And he was rapping my lyrics. To the Strange song, the whole joint. So I listened to the whole joint. Then he left me on the song and put it on his album. So I was like, oh shit, Skyrocket, I'm out.
Okay, stop right there. So when they want to buy that, do they want to buy the beat or they want you to ghostwrite and learn, you know what I'm saying, rap your verse over their voice?
He want me to ghostwrite.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but and that's crazy because it wasn't a ghostwrite situation. It was like, oh, I hear his lyrics, I love it, I want to buy it, I'm gonna record it. Right. Now later on in life, I ended up ghostwriting for him quite a bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The God Box, that project I helped write on the Death of a Pop Star album with David Banner and stuff like that. He had 2 writers. It was me and Roz Kaz. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we helped put those projects together along with him and Knife.
Okay, so. All right, we at this point where, okay, you in Knife relationship going good. Y'all putting out good music. We got the LRG thing going on. Other celebrities hearing about you and, want to buy your records. When do you feel like things start going downhill or like turning for the worse or like I don't feel like I'm finna be on this label too much more longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it turned for the better before it turned for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned so much from sitting next to him recording albums and stuff. So, after the David Banner shit, he said, Reed, when I get back, I want you to be in Raleigh. So, Rod, for the free, who was my manager at the time.
Okay.
Shout out to Rod.
Shout out to Rod.
He let me stay with him. I slept on his couch. And we had to record that album. Well, we didn't have to, but we got a deal through a distribution company.
Now I really thought Rod was gonna take off with Knife. Growing up, Rod was right there. Every time, every party, I was like, I really thought, and I know you feel where I'm coming from.
So, I mean, again, I do, but to check it out, the second ago, I told you sometimes you can't buy your mama a house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't take your homies with you.
Right.
Everybody can't go all the way. Some of your homies ain't ready to go all the way you want to go, and that's real nigga shit, dog.
Right.
I mean, look at ASAP Rocky and ASAP Relly.
Mm-hmm.
It, man, the plague of that whole situation was Relly, man. That nigga became jealous of that man,
Yeah.
dog.
Right.
So you can't take everybody with you. You dig what I'm saying? Man, me and Knife, we created that album in 12 days, 14 songs. We had beats from Justice League, who was doing beats for Rick Ross at the time. We had free features, like niggas is fucking with us hard. Next album come out, Robin Hood Reed, that's the LRG joint you talking about, and then Sleepwalkers drop. When Sleepwalkers drop, I started looking around the studio like damn, I really wanted people, like I was a studio hog, contrary to what he may have told his brother before I heard from Charlie Mack. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, now Remo, we're gonna push Rhapsody out a little bit more after the Sleepwalkers album, because the Sleepwalkers album, that's the one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's the one she was rapping in between.
Nah, the Sleepwalkers, that's my second studio album.
Oh, okay.
So, but on this one though, they finna start, because that was the only person on the label to have an album for sale for retail, meaning in stores, meaning packaged in a disc.
I remember that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody else on the label had that look, but me.
Right.
So they want the same look for Rhapsody.
Okay.
I heard him say in an interview on a local podcast around here that the fans picked Rhapsody. That's a lie. He picked Rhapsody.
Right.
For whatever reason, he was giving her more and more and more attention. But that's fine with me because I don't need that kind of attention.
Right.
And when I say that kind of attention, I mean like when Remo comes to the studio, I'm not finna come at no motherfucking 5 o'clock. I got fucking kids. So my kid, I'm a cussing too much.
No.
Okay.
Real recognize real, man. Y'all be sure to tune in. Y'all be sure to subscribe. Y'all be sure to like. Y'all be sure to share. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. The hottest podcast, man. We got the world famous Remo on here. You know, I just had to get
that plug,
man, before my boy get deep into this, because I feel it coming. So let me just throw that plug in, because I'm finna let him eat. Okay, go ahead.
So where was I?
So you was
they was gonna push Rhapsody out. He said the fans chose her.
And say he did.
He did. That's not accurate at all.
Okay.
He started out, but I was cool with that. I was cool with that because she had been in the studio from like 2 o'clock to probably 8 o'clock. Well, them hours, my kids just got out of school, so I'm daddy at that time.
Right.
Exactly.
So when I come in the studio, it's probably gonna be the gully hours, grimy hours and stuff. Plus, I'm in the streets too at the same time.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? So I come in the studio probably about 9, 10.
Right.
But I'm gonna stay to 5. And it's gonna be a different vibe in the studio, and you're not gonna like it. Like, it's probably gonna be drugs in the studio.
Right.
Probably gonna be some kind of G's in the studio. Probably got guns and shit. So you're gonna leave. So you don't know what the fuck I'm doing in the studio. Just next thing you know, you come back to the studio tomorrow. Now I got 11 songs done. Now it's like, damn, he was hogging up all the beats and all this. That's what it really is.
Right.
Because I would be in there with Hollow and Eric G all night. They had producers out the ass there, so I ain't have to have Knife there to work. I can work all night long.
Right.
I put paint on the walls literally in the studio there. So once I saw that he was giving her some kind of, just kind of attention, like I said, I'm cool with it because I felt like she was marketable too. All females should be marketable or can be marketable, especially if you're attractive.
Right.
But one day I was in the studio, bro, And I heard somebody I ain't never heard an engineer or producer say to another rapper in my life. This mother said, hey, I want you to rap like Jay-Z on this beat. What, nigga? That's what he told her.
Oh, okay.
Nigga, you can never tell Remo to rap like nobody on the beat. Nigga, I rap like Remo on everything, nigga.
Right.
That's when he made a beat, I think, for one of her albums and shit. And then she was going to do a joint out there on the West Coast with Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people don't know that Ninth Wonder helped pop Kendrick Lamar, especially on the East Coast.
Okay.
He had a group called Act 2 who did a song called Genius. And on the Genius remix was Kendrick Lamar and a lot of other rappers and shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so she was going out there to meet Dre and do this shit again. You know what I'm saying? And he was telling her, like, yo, on this song, you know, on this joint, you rap like Kendrick. Rap like Kendrick? Like, why not be yourself?
Right.
Why not have your own individuality?
Yeah.
And truth be told, shout out to Rhapsody, this last album she put out, I actually heard her individuality. Like, where she didn't sound like nobody else. And I was proud of her for that. You know what I'm saying? But and there was no Ninth Wonder production on that last album. But at the end game, what really got to me at the end is my cousin died. His name is August. And then August's funeral, yeah, I'm finna get real deep, dog. Really real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real recognize real.
So Ninth mama was a usher at that funeral. And my mother was at the funeral. So Ninth mom leaned over to my mom at the funeral and said, boy, I hope Remo get his life together. My mama said, Remo down there with your son, why his life ain't together? They doing everything we see them doing in Finish Line, Foot Locker, all that shit. You see my videos playing? You see the LRG? You see the commercials? You see shit? So why Remo not doing good? My mama called me and I was like, fuck, nigga, what the hell you tell your mama about me, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't tell my mama nothing. I said, nigga, why your mama go to my mama and say, I hope Remo get his life together, bro? Like, that's weird to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, I've been feeling some type of way about this shit, man. I'm about to say, fuck this label. This nigga said to me, but before you lead a label, you better talk to Rhapsody. Nigga, talk to Rhapsody, nigga. Nigga, do you realize you the first one and the only one with this shit tattooed on their body, nigga? Like, you got me fucked up right now.
Why did he say that, though?
Because he wanted her to be the flagship of the label. He was pushing her out to certain people. Now, understand this. The people that I named that I said I did songs with, I never asked them for a feature. They asked me for features.
Right.
They hit me on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I had the blue check on Twitter first out of everybody. But Ninth would call in favors from the artists that she did shit with, like Jill Scott.
Yeah.
Or even Styles P. Styles P was there to see me. And, oh, yo, you got to get with Rhapsody. And now she got, 3 Styles P verses.
Yeah.
But, certain relationships are genuine and certain aren't.
Why do you think she's not up there with the elites?
I believe
or mentioned. I ain't gonna say up there, but mentioned.
I believe she's mentioned with the wrong elites.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you can't put her with the elites of 2025.
Right.
You can't even put her with elites from 2020 up until now.
Yeah.
Now, where you want to start her at with her elites, is she should have been in the class with, like, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
You ain't standing next to Doechii.
Yeah.
You're not standing next to what's the other girl, Doechii? What's her name? Other Doechii? Oh. It's 2 Doechies. It's one Doechii and it's one Doechii. I don't listen to stuff like that. But anyway, then you got the females that were sex symbols. Doja Cat. Yeah. That's the one. Before that, you had sex symbols.
Yeah.
That's Megan Thee Stallion. That's Nicki. Like, you can't mention her in those girls because she's not taking off clothes or rapping about getting fucked or dick or sucking it. Yeah. Until her last album. Now she's getting a little racy.
She talking about that on her last album?
Yeah, she said coochie like this. It sounds so weird to hear it coming from
because I do feel like she's in the class with like the Doja Cat, and because her rap style is not the titties and ass and all of that, so you really gotta listen to Rhapsody style to understand what she's saying.
I think Rhapsody might have birthed an artist like Doechii or Doja Cat. All right, I think she birthed those people.
Right.
So that's how I would mention her as an elite. But the group before her was strippers and Suki.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Sexy Red. So that's kind of weird to put Rhapsody in that group right there. And to be honest, she was in a class by herself for the longest because there was no other female rappers doing it like that when Rhapsody was like starting out and popping. She had no competition. Her competition was us, was niggas. Yeah. To be honest with you. So I can mention her with the elites. I got respect for her.
Where's she from?
Snow Hill, North Carolina.
Snow Hill.
Yeah. I got hella respect for rap. I just don't like how Ninth played that shit.
Yeah.
But the thing about Ninth is, I thought that we would be cool, or we could patch it up. Cause I see rap groups patch it up. Like
Right.
Pete Rock, I know Pete Rock and CL Smooth. I know Peter Phillips. I know Pete Rock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know they don't like each other. They never really get along, but they come together to get them albums done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say something. Let me a better example would be New Edition. Nigga, they have a reunion tour every fucking 2 years,
They get that
and
money.
you know they don't like each other.
Right.
Exactly.
Another one, the Hot Boys.
Right.
They on tour right now with each
Right.
other. They just walked off on stage and they got
Right.
back on tour.
Get money.
Money.
Right.
And I don't understand why after Charlie Mack passed and shit that it was, because I was one of the first ones over there as far as especially lyricists that was notable lyricists or people who had music out in the industry. I drove from Atlanta immediately to bring flowers to his family's house.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Right.
Paxton got the shit. They seen me. They was like, "Oh shit, Remo, we knew you was coming." I was like, "Hell yeah, my nigga." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stop playing. So I thought that would be your Ninth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to call Remo, man. That nigga just
Right.
left here type shit. You know what I'm saying? Even Rod, like, yo, I know you heard Remo new album and shit. And yeah, he heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of your favorite rappers. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? His best friend, him and Rod and Burvick, they pass music, my music, back and forth and shit. So I know he know what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't stopped. I ain't gonna stop.
Did you reach out?
Nah, he ain't reach out. I mean, I wasn't
Because you
really.
family though, like you want more than an artist to the label. Like you.
That's
was,
what I thought.
Yeah, you was really.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Shit, I thought. I mean, like when you were locking a deal like that with a nigga, y'all married.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the shit. I ain't even gonna lie. 2018, when I actually left the label, it seemed like the easy thing to do. But man, my heart was broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's some real nigga shit to say, bro. Like I would hurt about that shit. Like, dog, I would hurt that you went to tell your mama because you been talking to your mama about something, my
Yeah.
nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you ain't talking to me about it.
Right.
If you feel like I got a problem, what the fuck are you talking to somebody else for? If you a real man, come holler at me.
Yeah.
Man to man.
Yeah, man to man. Like, then we could do this so we can put Band-Aids over it and we can repair it and shit.
Yeah.
But you ain't come to me like that. You came to me like a bitch, like really type shit.
You was signed to him when he was winning the Grammys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, nigga. Like, yeah, like my album, I know my record sales help pay his bills still to this day. And I don't get what I should be getting right now.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like my last album with him was gonna be Hero. And my manager at the time was named Steve Mann. He had given $50,000 to put to make the album. And it don't take 50 G's to make the album when you're inverted.
Yeah.
Inverted means you make all your products. So we make the beats from within.
Right.
We own the building, all of that
Right.
shit.
So you ain't gotta pay nobody.
So 50 G's is
Right.
like going in your pocket. Like
Right.
use this for videos and
Right.
shit type shit. For me and a rapper named Ad 2 out of Chicago. Ninth done put it all into putting Rhapsody's album together. So subsequently I left the label and shit. And then my manager's like, yo, I need my 50 G's back. Or sell me Remo's Hero album. And Ninth told him it's not for sale.
Mm.
So right now, so when he told him it wasn't for sale, I went on Instagram Live, right? No, I didn't. Notch, he made the beat for Snoop Dogg. He's one of their producers. It's my boy. He's out of Virginia. He made the beat. Dun, 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 dun. The Royal Penis is Clean. The one from
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's
Yeah.
Dash shit.
Yeah.
He made that. He was on Violator. He made all Busta Rhymes shit pretty much, right?
Okay.
So I had a song called Go to Sleep. Man, one morning I woke up, Rod hit me. He was like, dog, don't look at the internet right now, dog. And the first thing I pulled up was the beat, the Notch beat that I rapped on. It was supposed to be the single for my album. She rapping the same way I'm supposed to be rapping on this shit. And she's using the sample in the same way, like, you know how you rap to a sample and shit? Like
Jada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget what song that was, but yeah, like Jada and shit.
100 and By Your Side.
That's a
Yeah.
great one. By your
Yeah.
side. So I was rapping to the beat like that. She rapping to the beat like that. Same beat. So I went on an Instagram rant, nigga. I dug a hole in niggas' asses, telling the truth about this, like what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to this part yet. You know what I'm saying? Because this hadn't happened in life yet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I went in, dog. I had like, at that time, having 500 viewers on Instagram, motherfuckers calling Knife, calling me So I dropped the Hero album that he wouldn't sell. I leaked the Hero album that he wouldn't sell my manager.
Mm-hmm.
And when I leaked it, he
I
pulled
remember the Hero album.
a cease and desist like 2 days later and shit. But my fans still want the shit, right? So we redoing it. Me and a producer out of Houston, Texas.
Okay, stop right there. So, Ninth send you a cease and desist, meaning you can't put it out.
And nigga, they snatched the shit down from everywhere, dog.
Damn.
They snatched. On that day they snatched my music off YouTube. Like a lot of my music. Like if you Google Big Remo, you'll see a lot of my shit.
Yeah.
But I was one of the first artists. I am the first artist in North Carolina who had his own Pandora page before you could just upload it to a streaming site now or whatever the fuck they doing now.
Yeah.
Like DistroKid or something.
Right.
Nah, that was off strength, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't no phone calls or no negotiation. Nothing. Get this man his Pandora stage. We recognized his cat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was nothing like that.
So a cease and desist mean if you put it out, they can sue?
He snatch it up. He can stop it right now, and if I keep putting it out, he gonna keep on taking it. Had they beats though, the Soul Council beats.
Yeah.
But these are my lyrics. So now I got a producer out of Houston, Texas, Chris Classic.
With different beats and pretty much the same.
Oh man, it's even harder, man.
Okay,
When I say it's harder. Like he sent me some shit the other day, and I was like, shit, boy. And the cool shit about him is he hear the stories more in depth than what you hear him.
Yeah.
Because he's redoing the beats to the songs. So he's asking me questions like, well, how was it this night when you did this song? So I'm finna tell him a story he's never gonna forget.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, Problem was in the studio. Bad Luck was in the studio this night. You know what I'm saying? He hearing everything. So so he's making the beat. He's putting himself in Ninth shoes, which he's one of those followers who follow that Ninth Wonder snare type thing.
Yeah.
So he came up, and that's the thing people don't understand about Ninth, and why I respect him, because he made emailing beats. He made making music between two people that's not in the same room famous.
Yeah.
And then he showed you how to do it on a computer, and then email. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
He did all of that.
right,
That's what
right.
he's famous for.
Yeah.
His beats are dope. You know what I'm saying, with the right artist. But what he's famous for, what he's most famous for to me, is being able to PS5 it. Like if you got kids right now, I got 2 boys. I got 3 game systems. I game with them. So we don't all sit in the same room like we did when we was kids playing Sega Genesis, playing Madden.
You're
No,
right.
you got to have an online account. You can stay at your house and wherever you live, and I'm where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And so he made that possible with music. So that's what's so fly about what he did.
Shout out, now don't get it twisted though. Shout out to Ninth Wonder. You know, Ninth is from me and Ninth grew up together in Morningside, the South Side. So we came up. He's a little older than me, so we came up together. But Ninth definitely set a strong foundation in Winston. You know, by making beats for Beyonce and other numerous artists in the industry. So we definitely give Ninth our flowers while he alive. You know what I'm saying? We got a mural for him downtown that was recently revealed, man. So definitely shout out to him. You know, first and foremost in this whole record label. Do you ever think you and Ninth would do music again?
Man, you know,
Are you for it?
I'm for it. Hell yeah, I'm for it. Because one thing we had was chemistry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me and Ninth had the kind of chemistry. He could find a sample, and before he even put drums to it, I'm already writing to the shit.
Yeah.
Or he'll find a sample and find the drums, and I'm already at the booth. I'm at the mic.
Right.
He's like, nigga, find something in your phone you done wrote. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm piecing shit together. Like, oh, man, I hope this makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the magic will happen. It makes sense. So we making money. I ain't gonna say I never made money with Ninth now. I made a shitload of money with Ninth.
Right.
But right now, since 2018, I need to see that money
Yeah.
to now. But I'm not going after it. It would be nice to see it. But fuck that. A relationship is better than that money. Let's have a sit down. Let's talk.
Right.
Let's do one of these interviews together.
Yeah.
Let's come with real, recognized, real with Ninth Wonder and Remo, and let's like have that. Let's show people how to settle things with our minds and not with our hands and with our guns and shit.
Right.
And now this is a great platform that you building to do that on. But I'm not too sure that he'd be inclined, you know, to be here with me.
Right.
Not saying that he's afraid of me or anything like that. He's a grown man. I'm a grown man. We put our pants on the same motherfucking way.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hell yeah, I'm open to making music with that nigga, man. Like, put our past behind us. I do the name of Charlie Mack. That's what Charlie want for real.
Already.
I know
And
it.
that's real.
I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I happened to see Ninth do an interview on another local podcast, and so I just felt like it was only right for to bring you on Real Recognize Real to give your rebuttal and, you know, tell your side, how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with Ninth. You know, I grew up with you. So I felt obligated to get you in here to tell, you know, your side and your come up and everything that went on with you, because it's, you know, it's always two sides to every story. So I definitely would love for both of y'all to come in on the same accord and, you know, we go ahead and piece this shit out. But now you're living in Atlanta. Man, you're a full-time dad.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I love that shit. That's the best part of my life. Like, yeah.
How old your kids now?
I don't want to say, 'cause let's go tell my age.
Right.
One graduate. All right, so Malik 22 and Juice is about to be 19, 23 and 19.
I think Juice is the one I always see on Facebook.
Yeah,
he talking about.
Yeah, because he's a comedian, so I used to get his life. Like Malik don't like to be seen like that talking about.
So how long you been in the A now?
Since 2018. When I left Jamla, I had to leave North Carolina. That shit was like a breakup, my nigga. I was depressed.
Right.
I weighed 200 pounds now. I was 250 when I moved. And eating this shit.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? Just trying to like I said, it was like a breakup, nigga. I didn't know how to live for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was living for
living
for a label. I mean, think about it. Like when you with a female for 10 years or 5 years, and every morning, every move you make, you think about her before you make that move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had become, you know, robotic to my actions. And how I dealt with people. Right. Even to this day, still, a lot of people don't know that this is my first time talking about this shit, and I wouldn't talk about it with nobody else but either you or that other local podcast host. You know what I'm saying? But primarily, you. Right. Because you and I started in the trenches.
Already.
For real. Mm-hmm. Actually, all three of us started in the trenches together, but you and I started in the trenches.
I'm definitely glad you came on here, man. Real Recognize Real, man. Y'all be sure to like. Y'all be sure to subscribe. Y'all be sure to share. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Hottest podcast, man, in the world right now.
Hottest.
Whoever want it, come and get it, man. Open arms. So, now, what job? Cause you know who you are real dedicated, brother, to your job. I don't necessarily know what you do, but I know you love what the fuck you do. Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so tell me about your job, bro. Because you be high as hell up there.
So I don't have a job. I got a career.
Okay.
Yeah, and I encourage everybody to find out the difference in the two. My career is I'm a construction manager.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the part of construction I deal with is the structure part of it. Mm-hmm. So that means we build the actual building. Okay. And then other trades come in and add sprinkler systems, pipe works, chillers,
electrical,
other things, electrical.
You build the foundation.
Yeah, I built the structure.
Yeah.
The foundation is part of the structure, but the structure is like when you start going up, that's the structure.
That's the most important part, the head of it.
Yeah. We the most important part.
So you handle them big ass machines though. You handle some shit.
I don't handle it anymore. I'm the manager.
Okay.
So I have people who I manage to handle it. Yeah, but I can do all of that.
How long you been doing that?
Since I used to live in this apartment complex called the Village, and we had a creek in the back of that motherfucker. So I always stayed playing at the creek at Bowen Park or the Village Apartments. Yeah. So I always had a thing for, you know, your parents bring you home a big ass earth mover, Tonka trucks and shit. Right. So I just wanted to do it. So, you know, I guess when I was on the record label, I had so much free time on my hand because I didn't have a job for so long.
Yeah.
So I put myself through school. So I went to South University in Savannah, Georgia, online.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to Georgia Tech.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What you major in?
Safety and construction.
Okay.
Construction safety. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a career that you went to school for.
Yeah, it's a career. It's definitely a career. It's definitely a career. I love that shit, dog, because I like the Spanish culture, man. Like, I work with a bunch of Spanish people right now. Yeah. You dig? And like most people work with me, I've become their brothers.
Right.
Because of the way they do things. Like, man, you see black folk come to a break room, and you got a Popeyes bag, and you got a Chick-fil-A's bag, and he got a Zaxby's bag, and I got crab legs on payday. You dig? That's the other time niggas buy crab legs when they got a job. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, break room, we don't share.
Yeah.
And this man can have nothing that you motherfuckers won't share with this man. Right. But at the sites that I work on, with the group of people I work with, one gonna have the tortillas. Right. One gonna have some chicken. Right. One might have some lechuga. I mean, not lechuga, but if it start with an L, don't eat the shit, because that probably mean it's tongue. You know what I'm saying? So don't eat that. But if you like that shit, eat it, because it's good. I tried it before too. But you get to try, you get to taste their culture, and you get to see how they live, dog. And they
Everybody full.
everybody full,
Yeah.
everybody eats beat,
Right.
and that's the whole part about Jamla, man. Like, okay, you trying to pop off this one artist, whether it's me or whether it's Rhapsody, but you ain't a real boss unless the whole team eating B.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah.
And that's kind of weird to me, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, that's like bringing a kid a Happy Meal, and it's 4 other kids there, but they ain't yours.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same shit, B.
Right.
Like we conditioned to think this way, bro.
Yeah.
And that shit fucked. That shit stem back from the stories they told us about who we are,
Yeah.
because we let them tell us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing them Mexicans and them Spanish people that work at my sites, they won't do. You can't tell them who they are. They tell you I'm a carpenter,
Right.
and that's what I'm worth.
Right.
And you see how fast you seen the structure when we first started at it. It was like shit last year, and we 22 floors in the sky now. And I like showing people that I'm actually building these cities up.
Yeah.
A major city. So the World Cup is coming to Atlanta in a few years.
Okay.
So now some of the buildings, some of the projects that you're about to see me on now are smart buildings, smart projects. Like, that mean when you walk in this motherfucker, the lights cut on.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you pee, the toilet flush, and you put your hand, like everything but
smart.
the heat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside, even like when it snows, it's gonna be we're gonna pour concrete on a heated slab. You know what I'm saying? And they have them in places around here that cost way too much for somebody to rent. In Winston they got them, but they cost about $3,000 for a 1-bedroom. And Winston-Salem is not.
Right.
I'm not really big on that.
No.
Yeah.
So I know I see like celebrities with driveways with the heat slab thing up under it where they can cut it on and the ice will melt.
The ice will melt or won't stick.
Yeah, or won't stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's an apartment complex out here called Salem Crest. I don't know if it's still here. It's off Ebert Road.
Yeah.
Once you pass Salem Crest, you got to look to the left. There's a hidden driveway, and it goes straight down.
Oh,
That's the first I seen of it. Those are like $500,000 homes right there. They kind of like brown, old, rustic type wood.
Yep.
So
oh damn.
yeah, when you drive, that's the first time I ever saw it,
Yeah.
and I seen that like in 1998. And I always wondered about the technology behind that shit. Like, how do you put heaters in here?
Yeah.
But people don't understand what it takes to make a concrete slab. Like, this shit inside that right there is rebar. So the rebar, they have a way of heating the rebar, and the rebar's in the grid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing they like. Man, the sad part about what I do is there ain't no black folks doing it. I'm in Atlanta, motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I hate to talk shit about my city right now, but the black people in Atlanta don't want the black men in Atlanta don't want to work. They want to scam.
Yeah. Right.
They want the fast way.
Right.
Yeah.
I get asked all the time, "Oh, what's up, OG? How you get that car, man? What you do?" I send your Facebook page, OG, and I tell them what I did, and they were like, "Oh, no, fuck that, dog. I ain't doing that." And I'm like, well, damn, it ain't cost as much as you thought it did. The government paid for my school. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're really a hustler, you'll figure it out.
Right.
And you won't take the penitentiary chances to get that money.
Yeah.
I ain't taking no more penitentiary chances. Jail ain't the same no more.
Damn sure right.
Hell no, jail ain't never been nothing I was accustomed to going to anyway. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no females in there.
Right.
Ain't no crab legs. Ain't no ice cream.
At all.
I gotta have all 3 of those on a daily basis.
Right. So what's next for you as far as music?
Right now we remaking the Hero album.
Okay.
Yeah, we remaking the Hero album. I also I still do ghostwriting for people and shit like that.
So how much is that done?
How much of what?
The Hero album.
The Hero album. Well, all the writing is really done. Now we
Yeah.
just pairing shit up and re-recording stuff.
Okay.
So I could go into a studio and record as he makes the beats, but I'd rather him get all of the beats done, and then I just go in there and knock it out in 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe a day. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as I'm hoping for a September release date.
Okay.
But if it doesn't happen this September, I hope it happens next September, and I'm gonna do it in South. The release party is gonna be in South Africa.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I have a big following in South Africa, a huge following in South Africa.
Damn.
And I got some people out there in Johannesburg who want to put on a show for me. And that's another thing that was like one of the straw that broke the camel's backs, is he knows my following in South Africa.
I say he be in South Africa.
And that nigga be over there, and like, so when it came to take the label over there, you took everybody else but me.
Yeah.
Because I took a nigga bitch on your label's girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a real nigga shit. Like,
Yeah.
they gonna see that shit and be mad as fuck, because I know they gonna watch it together. And don't give a fuck.
And that's I be seeing them like I said, over there in Africa a couple times.
Yeah, he's been over there a few times and stuff like that. But and then when it came to, hey, Remo, like they did a show over there, and I was fond of this cat named Hollow, who was supposed to be my artist at first, but then I told Knife, you need to sign because I don't know nothing about having no artists and shit like that. So me and Hollow got a song called Bang together with Pooh from Little Brother.
Okay.
And they played the first 30 seconds of the song, which is the hook, and the crowd went crazy. They showed it to me on a video, and then they was like, yo, we sorry Remo couldn't be here. And then the crowd was like, yo, they went dead flat in that motherfucker. Yeah. Wow. So it's like, yo, they crying. They talking about these bitches in the women in the crowd crying like Michael Jackson's on stage or something, like when they listen to my shit over there, dog. Like for real.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah. South Africa give a whole lot of love. Johannesburg, Cape Town, all of that shit over there. All of that. They teaching me Swahili over there. I got people teaching me some Swahili over there. My homegirl Nunchancha. I hope I said that shit right. I know she gonna see it. So yeah, Nunchancha. Shout out to Nunchancha.
Shout out to whole South Africa over there, man.
Yeah, gotta get over there.
You know,
gotta get over
there. Afro beats, man, is on the rise right now, man. They making some good music. So shout out to that whole culture over there, man.
Yeah, you have to understand, like, so it's Nigeria that's doing most of the Afro beats.
Okay.
South Africa, it's kind of like how we looked at Louisiana when we was coming up. Remember when the Hot Boys came out?
Yeah.
And when the Hot Boys came out, we was like, man, what's this old school ass shit? Then when Boosie come out with a Boosie fade, and we like, man, we had fades in the 80s. Yeah. And he come out and it's like, damn, so they taking back on music. So they just not probably catching up on, they probably just met you 3 years ago over there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you know, some people will say, oh, when an artist start going overseas because he watched in America. Bro, you know how much they pay you when you go overseas? Mm-hmm. They pay you way better than America ever paid you when you get over there, bro. And they treat you better.
Right.
Like for instance, my cousin went to Turkey. He got his whole hairpiece. Well, not my cousin. The guy I fish with. You probably see me on Facebook fishing a lot too. He went over there, got hair and teeth in a 5-star hotel for less than $10,000. Mm. But if you go ask somebody for just the top over here, all veneers like what they would do in Turkey, man, them of us probably run you $70,000-$80,000. People don't know that shit, bro. That shit's expensive, bro.
$10,000 too.
That's why it was important for me to get on these construction projects, to learn some shit, to get degrees and to get certificates and shit.
Right.
Because rap don't got no dental plan.
Right.
Rap ain't got no vision plan.
Right.
There's no insurance in rap music. You know what I'm saying? It's just and truth be told, at the level that we rapping at right now, if you're not being backed by no major label, or you ain't killed nobody or nothing like that, or you ain't gangbanging, then you're going to put more into making an album than you're going to get on the return.
Right.
So it's going to be upside down the whole time.
Right.
You're going to be spending money on studio time. If you buying beats, you're going to have to pay for them beats. Hell, you might as well go ahead and pay for the beat, because if you get famous off one of your hits, and you make hits, I already know it. Mm-hmm. Me and you talk before you released your last single.
Right.
And I told you that's hot.
Right.
So let's just say the person said, oh, nah, that's too hot, and you shoot out of here. Now they playing your shit in Charlotte. Mm-hmm. Now they playing your shit in motherfucking South Carolina, Atlanta. Hey, man, you didn't pay me for that beat. He'll circle back to you. So you might as well pay for it up front, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For you come ruin a relationship with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your return ain't like it was when I first started. Our contribution back then was all grassroots. It was nothing. It was word of mouth type shit. You fuck around and get a check.
Definitely word of mouth.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's changed now. It's changed so much that when you look at rap now, the whole game is backwards. You never see the struggle. People paid to see our struggle.
Yeah, right.
They wanted to see you in the KRS One in the tight jeans. Mm-hmm. If you notice in certain videos and shit, how many rappers was wearing Big Daddy Kane and Slick Rick's necklaces? Like Eric B.
Yeah,
them niggas was borrowing shit from Slick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They
right.
You got a video, nigga, take this.
Right.
Yeah, and we paid to watch that struggle now. Now, if you come out struggling, you're not gonna get hurt.
That's real.
You're not gonna get hurt. Everybody want that microwave shit. Mm-hmm. Now they want fuck it. We was microwave. They want air fry shit now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Great analogy.
Yeah.
That's the air fryer.
Yeah. They want the air fry shit.
Quick, fast.
But it all give us cancer at some point.
Yeah.
Can't wait to find out what the air fryer is doing to our bodies. That, like they said, the microwave was doing years after we done used this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Now they're gonna say, oh, the air fryer was doing this to you too. Now your kids is coming out with autistic.
Right.
Or I think microwave made ADHD. Because before microwave, you know what I'm saying, they were just feeding us gluten.
Exactly.
And it was ADD. And then when the gluten got real bad, they started feeding us. My bad.
Nah, that's real.
The GMOs made ADD.
Hey, teach.
The GMOs made the ADHD. Because first, when we was out there, it was ADD.
Yeah.
The next generation, GMOs, they had the ADHD.
Right.
Now we just got a shitload of autism and cancer everywhere out this motherfucker, dog.
Yeah, everywhere.
And they just giving us that, the same shit that we buy now is the same shit that was on that WIC list. They introduced you to that WIC first, and they gave you that EBT card, and when they gave you the EBT card, you ran to the same shit in that WIC section.
Right.
And now you stuck eating this shit. They sell it at the restaurants in Atlanta and Texas, Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we pay top dollar for that bullshit.
Yeah.
And we end up with the bullshit.
Yeah, it's real. It's real right now, especially like I said, especially with that cancer, man.
Rest in peace, Bracy.
Rest in peace, my boy Bracy, man. You know, we definitely as black men have to start going to get them checkups, man, on a regular basis, man. Going to them doctors, man. You know,
and stay accurate on your my chart and her my chart.
Right.
Ask her to see her my.
Right.
Hey, you real about that?
It's real.
If she don't know what a my chart is, run, nigga.
And we definitely, like I say, go to these doctors, man, cause you know people getting diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, man. Just going to get thinking they just going to get a checkup, man. Getting diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, man, and it's just too late. It's just too far gone. When we probably could have called it early by just going to get a physical, just going to get a checkup, just going to get some blood to see if everything going straight. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, listening to your body.
Right.
Walking for 15 minutes.
The high blood pressure, man. Listen, man, you think it's a game. You think it's just numbers and shit. And then you wake up with a stroke, man, and whole left side of your body ain't even working no more, man. Like, stop playing with these numbers out here, man. It's real. Your body is not immune to this shit. You getting sick, man. People are not coming up out them hospitals as fast as we used to. We got more days behind us than we do ahead of us. Like, take that shit serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had so many homeboys, man, just pass, whether it's health-wise, overdosing, you know what I'm saying, getting murdered. You know, I have so many homeboys, man, that I done lost in the past, what?
Sure.
15, I'm going to just say 15 years, man.
If we count 15 years back of the people we done lost.
Right, it's real.
Man, I mean, you don't, bruh, I know, I don't want to name no names, I don't speak on the dead, but I remember that I found out one of your homies died. He rode motorcycles and shit.
Yeah.
And I was tight with him. And I was like, God damn, that was, it was a start of everything. And I was like, damn, it's like niggas is really dying at our age.
Right.
That's crazy. And man, rappers dying is normality now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rappers died of normality now. Like, damn, in the past 5 years, you can't count on two hands. We can count. It takes more than two hands to count how many rappers have died in the past 2 years, 5 years. Seriously, that shit's real. It's scary.
And like I said, man, and it's real out here. When me and my, ex-fiance used to go out of town, man, I used to always say every time we out of town, it's like somebody dies back home, man. And I promise you, it's like every time we used to go out of town, man, somebody was to die, whether it's health problems, getting killed, like somebody was to die every time we go out of town, man, and it just be scary, man. So
it's like Facebook turned into an obituary.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, you know how old folk used to read the obituaries every motherfucking day? We do it.
Right.
Wake up in the morning to it.
What?
Wake up in the morning.
Like, I seen Denzel say, don't even open up a social media app when you wake. He said, man, have some time to yourself in the morning.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying? It's too depressing.
Yeah.
To wake up and see somebody, like, man, God rest my cousin, man, Boulon Burger, man. Y'all probably seen this ignorant ass shit, but he overdosed on a drug.
Your light skin.
Light skin.
Right? Yeah.
And he died. He died in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And somebody videotaped him in his most vulnerable moments. You know what I'm saying? He was screaming for help. And he had no socks on, no shoes on. He had no shirt on. He had his hands. He was trying to hold his pants up. He had no belt on. Somebody recorded that bullshit. That's my family, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody's family.
I seen that.
That's somebody's dad. That's somebody's uncle. That's a lot of shit. He was a lot of shit. He's that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I seen you took the kind of hard when he passed. I see, cause that's how I noticed who he was when you put the pictures up. I'm like, damn, them Remo people's right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's how this generation is, man. They quick to pull out a damn phone.
Real
You could
quick.
be drowning in the damn ocean, man. They got their phone out recording that shit instead of helping you, man.
Yeah, for real.
And it's crazy. That's why, you know, I give a shout out to all my OGs, man, that raised me out here in these streets, man, because it's like now I take my maturity, you know, to a different level, man, when it comes to what they taught me growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like for instance, I got an OG named Fred Brown. Y'all know Fred. Fred was one of the top coaches in Pop Warner. You know, shout out to his son RJ. You know, he really working with his son now to get him to the next level. But when I was growing up, like Fred saw something in me, man, and was like, cause I was broke. Like I was on the streets. I was in Morningside broke, man. I ain't had no money. I ain't had no motion. But I rap. So everybody like knew who I was, you know what I'm saying? So I made it look good. So Fred had just got out of the prison not too long before, and he was the manager at Burger King. So homie pulled me to the side and was like, yo, Hootie, when I get my tax check, I'm gonna get you a cutie. He was like, bro, I want you to come up off that shit. He was like, don't worry about paying me back. He was like, bro, you just make sure you good. You handle you. So that right there, I really ain't understand. I'm like, shit, all right. But the nigga seen something in me like, boy, I'm going to help you out. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good look out. That's an alley-oop right there for
feel
real
me?
back in the day.
So when, homie, you know, I was like, all right, kind of went in one ear and out the other. So when Fred got his tax check, Fred got me a cutie. So, man, I took that cutie, man, broke it all the way down, and I went to Bellawood. I went in the hood, man, went to Bellawood, man, and I came up off this damn cutie, bro.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, when you
feel
said
me?
came up about that cutie, the first thing I thought about, hey, you remember fluffing the weed, man?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
spraying a little,
right.
the spray on, and then put it in the microwave so it'll weigh a little more.
Man, listen, bro. I went to Bellawood because it wasn't even right then. It really wasn't about the money. It was about showing him, I ain't finna let this nigga down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So me and two homies on Bellawood, they was hustling dope. So we made a pact like, look, I'm gonna be the one with the weed. Y'all two gonna be the one with the dope, and we gonna blow it up. Okay, nobody come on the block and eat with us or nothing. It's just gonna be us. So man, we went on ahead and man, listen, man, we did that shit for about a year. So then I get a call from Tight.
Shout out Tight, man.
Shout out Tight, the glue. So Tight calls me and was
Super
like,
tight.
listen, Hootie, we got this shit down here in Atlanta called mid-grade. Like, man, what the fuck is that? He like, it ain't Kush.
It ain't kind, bud.
It was kind bud back then.
Yeah.
It ain't kind bud.
It ain't dro.
And it ain't regular. It's right in the middle. I was like, all right. I sent them $400. I said, man, bring it to me. Let me check it out, see what you got. He brought it up. Man, I ain't never looked back, man.
Hell nah.
When that damn mid-grade hit the streets, bro, and I bagged all of them shits into $10 blunts and took that shit to the block, and it was new in the tray. Like, it was new. Man, I never looked back, man. And to this day,
Let me ask you, what year was that?
this probably was about 2000, early 2000.
Yeah.
2001, 2002.
My wreck was December 9th, 2001.
Yeah, yep. So,
And Hootie kept bringing this damn weed to me and shit, man. And I was fucked up. I had cast on my body like Police Academy.
Damn sure did.
Cause I broke both my shoulders in a car accident. My first show with Knife. That's what me and Nove was coming back from Raleigh and shit. Nove said he could drive. We both fell asleep. And Hootie was he was my doctor. Cause I wouldn't take the I don't take pills. I don't take no Percocets. These motherfuckers send me home Percocet. I need Hootie. Dog, come around the corner, man. I'm right here. That nigga looked out for the kid, dog. Word up.
Had to look out coming to hot ass green oats.
Sir.
Cause my heart dropped every time I came around that damn corner, boy.
Hey, they used to be police check
look,
city.
Man, that shit
License
scarred,
check.
man.
So
That
just go in there
shit,
like-
that shit traumatized me, bro.
Yeah.
Like I used to be like, man, I'm gonna go holler at her because this is my dog. But man, I used to be scared as hell every time because I ain't had no license or nothing
Yeah.
back there. So and it goes to. And I say that to say this, man. So when my boy Fred had got locked up, he ended up having to go to jail to do some time.
Fred ended up calling me on the phone and was like, boy, I'm hearing good things about you out here. In here. I was like, yeah, bro, I appreciate you, bro. Anytime my boy needed liquor, cigarettes, I go get him a car and throw him over the fence, whatever, my boy could get it, because by him having that little ass bit of faith in me and showing me how I could blow up or showing me how I can get out here and do it on my own, yo, homie is forever grateful in my book, man. And I tell him that all the time. Every time we see him, man, we see each other and I get to drinking, man. I sit up there and I talk to him and I tell him, thank you, man. I appreciate it because you seen something in me that I ain't see for myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And one thing Fred say is, shit, real niggas do real things. So I love my homie, Freaky Fred Brown, straight out of Happy Hill.
Shout out Fred. Shout out Happy Hill Gardens.
Happy Hill Gardens, man, Southside. What's up, bro? You got some shout outs?
Yeah, shout out my kids. And shout out everybody who love me, the loved ones, man, because the loved ones who is the ones keeping you afloat. The motherfuckers just liking your post on Facebook, just liking all the bullshit. Them ain't your loved ones. They watching you for some other shit, dog. You don't know that some of them got a motive and shit, man. But your loved ones. Shout out to all my loved ones, dog. Shout out to you, my nigga. You always been an inspiration to me in my life, dog. Like straight up, day one, I can tell you to your face, my nigga, we ain't never had no discrepancies, no nothing like that. It's always been love. Always been love. So shout out to you, my G.
Already. Shout out, man, to everybody that's keeping Real Recognized, Real afloat, man. Shout out to my co-host, man. He had a...
Shout out to the co-host, for real.
Yeah, shout out to OG Squeeze, man. He had a big gig earlier today, man. My boy was kind of tired, so of course I told him I was going to come hold it down. So my boy, he all right, boy. He sleep good at night when he know I'm holding it down, so you know he ain't tripping. We making this money together. Shout out to Benumsey Bum. Food truck will be done in a couple weeks, man. My boy be good and ready with the food truck, so y'all be sure to stay tuned in, man. Y'all be sure to stay focused. Y'all be sure to check Remo album out that is coming out. Definitely shout out to Remo, man. One thing I can say about this brother, man, is he gonna give me my flowers while I'm alive, man. And not too many, you know, folks my age, man, to do that. You know what I'm saying?
You came in with some haters, nigga. Like, boy, like, bro. I mean, especially like I said, when you put yourself out there to be judged on one or two jams, and he was the loudest one on the motherfucking radio. He had a lot of fucking haters, dog.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that kind of meant, you know, if I wasn't doing nothing good, man, I wouldn't have
had no haters.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I guess shout out to them, man. You know, y'all make me stay on my toes out here, man. Definitely shout out to my haters. Shout out to my kids. Shout out to my daughter, A&T, doing real lovely. Shout out to my family, man. You know, peace and love to everybody. Purple hearts for little Naomi, man. Blue hearts for boy. You know, we still in it. You know, shout out to them Cannon boys, man. You know, without them, man, I promise you this shit wouldn't be done.
Yeah.
My boy Remo called me earlier today, man, and said he was coming in town. So I hit the Cannon boys up, hit my co-host up, let everybody know, got everybody set up, man, and we made it happen, man. So definitely shout out to them because
Cannon boys spot on.
Right, because without them, man, I promise you, shit wouldn't get done as promptly as it does. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be sure to tune in. Real Recognize Real, man. We love y'all. We see y'all again.
One love.
One love. Peace.
Head grease.
Love y'all.
Dudley's.
Cheer.